Hi everyone, thank you for coming today. So today I'm showing you how you can use Spring Boot and Spring Cloud functions to create your function so that you can deploy same on Google Cloud as a function. So you must have heard of Google Cloud functions using Java. Yeah, this video is on Spring Cloud functions and Spring Boot and Google Cloud function and the platform. So yeah, we get into it. So currently I have created a Spring Boot application, a very basic Spring Boot application using Maven. And looking at here, you are looking at the POM file, and POM has very minimal dependency, which is the Spring Boot starter. So to start with, first of all, you have to put the correct dependencies, the correct setup, so that your application can be formatted as a function. So to do that, I would just show you this is the correct POM setup. So we can copy this and paste it in here. Okay, so this is the correct setup so that our application can be formatted as a function. So here, what we've basically done is three things. Number one is the dependency, the function adapter GCP dependency, so that we can use the functions. And let me talk from here. So number one is this dependency, which we can use to write functions in our project. And number two is this plugin, the Spring Boot Maven plugin, so that we can build our jar as a function to deploy. Number three is also this plugin. This plugin is an entry point to our application. So when we invoke our function, this is the entry point. This is the adapter, which will serve as the entry point. Yes, so that's the three basic things that we have done in our POM file. So if you look here, we have all these dependencies. These ones are for testing. And here we have a plugin, a Maven plugin. And also we have this here. And we have the repositories. And we have, yeah, basically plugin repositories and dependencies. All right, so now the next thing is to create a very simple application. Now we already have our main class. As this Spring Boot comes with main class, so we're just going to specify this bean. So yeah, we will leverage the use of beans to create our function. So here we can go ahead in our main class to paste this. But now what this function does is when this is invoked, it will return a function which will take in a string and return a string. Please check out our videos on Java 8 function and lambda expressions and functional APIs. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is change this a little bit. So I've created a class payment and which accepts a user string, an amount, big decimal, and I've created another class report which creates a UUID, a payment, and a date time and a status. So what I want is this function to take in a payment, and return a payment report. When you invoke it, you give it a payment and it will return a payment report for you. So I'll change this one too. So you know how we use a lambda expression here to return a function. So we provide an input and it will return a payment report. So how do we create a payment report? So we'll leverage Lombok here to create the builder of Lombok to create a payment report. So we say payment report builder.build. So we say .uuid, we use random uuid, uuid.random uuid. .payment, we use inputs. Remember, input here stands as what you will give this function. So we directly save it inside that field. So we say .datetime, we can use local datetime.now, and then .status, we use success. .status, we can directly put in success just to simulate this process. All right, so that's payment record. So we just have to return this payment record. All right, so we put semicolon here. Our simple application logic is done. So next thing is to package this application. So how do we package the application? Step 2. Okay, before we go ahead to package this application, we need to create this directory, meta inf in resources, and create this file manifest.mf, and then specify this the main class of our application. So going to do that, in resources, we create this meta.inf. In meta.inf, we create manifest.mf. I've already created this. And then in this manifest.mf, we specify this main class, and then we mention the package and also the class itself. So our main class is this Spring Cloud function, where we have written a very simple logic. All right, so that's it for step 2. Step 3 is run our application locally. So we can say Maven function run, but now I'm not running it locally. When we run locally, we can directly invoke localhost 8080 and give it the JSON value it needs. But now we are going to straight deploy to GCP. So to do that, we start with Maven package. And then when we package, we'll see a target deploy, a jar file in target deploy. So let's go ahead to do that. We can do that in terminal. We say mvm package. And then this would build our application and give us a jar file in the target folder. Okay, so when this is done, we'll go ahead with the next step, which is to actually deploy on GCP. So it's running the test. Okay, test run successful, build success. So this will be the jar file that we will deploy. So the next step is deploy using gcloud functions on. Now, I have installed Cloud SDK. You have to have Cloud SDK installed so that you can directly deploy from your local machine. So this is the command. This is the command we're going to run to deploy our application. So it's gcloud functions deploy. What is the name of the function? Spring Cloud GCP. What is the entry point? What we mentioned in our POM file. Using Java 11 to run. We'll use a URL to trigger this function. That's trigger HTTP, and then our function is coming from a directory. So this is the directory. It's not coming from a remote repository or a GitHub repository. So we allocate a memory of 512 MB to it. So yeah, now let's run this. Let's deploy this application. So what we can do is open this in Explorer. Open in Explorer. When this opens, and let's open this directory also, and let's grab CMD here. Okay, now CMD, and then let's paste our deploy code. So this would go ahead to deploy our function, which is called function Spring Cloud GCP. Okay, this takes some time. It takes about 2 minutes. After that, we should be good. Yeah, deploying function may take a while. 2 minutes. Error. Cloud build API has not been used in this project before, or it's disabled. Enable it by visiting this. Then retry. Okay, let's go ahead and enable Cloud build on our project. So to do that, let's search for Cloud build. This is Cloud build, and we have to enable it so that it can build our application. And then I think it's enabled now. So let's retry this step. Let's see. This should work now. Oh, it's this same thing. Cloud build API. Let's see. Cloud build API. My bad. I didn't really enable it. Oh, now we have to enable it. Now I just enabled it, and now I have to retry the deploy. Now it should be good. Now it should work. I don't think there is anything that should make it not work, but we'll find out. Okay, deploying function may take a while. Now it's working, it's working, it's working. Now when this is done, we should see it here as part of our functions. Cloud functions. We should see it here. Now it's deploying. When it's done, it will give us a URL that we can visit. You know, we can trigger that URL, pass in our payment, and then it should give us a payment report, just like we created in the Spring Boot application. Just like we have here, we pass in a payment to give us a payment report. So first of all, it should give us a URL. Then we'll go to our Postman. So let's see if it's done. Okay, this one is not done either. Okay, now it's done. Okay, now the URL is here, right here. Let's copy this. We can also see it here. We can go to trigger and we see this is the same URL. Now, if we go to Postman, and that's a post request, remember, not a get request. Put in this URL and say, and then go to the body, put in the payment, raw JSON, no, sorry, JSON. Come here and put in this. Now remember, our payment is a user and amount. So let's go and do that. So we put user, and then let's give it any name. Let's put my name, and then we put amount. Let's put any figure. Let's put 240. And then when we trigger this, it should give us a value. Good. It gave us a UUID, the payment name, user, chip we see, amount 240, date time 2021, June 19th, time, days, and status success. So yeah, that's it. This is how you can use Spring Boot and Spring Cloud applications to deploy your a function on Google Cloud by leveraging Spring Cloud functions. So thank you, and that's it for this video. I hope you learned. Please like and share.